Simon, how's it going?
Jonathan, it couldn't have been a better start, really, after the dismal week we've had. It dawned bright, sunny, hot. It's even hotter now. It all began this morning with a mass ascent, as John Alcock reports.
If you went down to the woods at Ashton Court today, you were certainly sure of a big surprise. After all the rain and all the worry, the first balloon flight of this year's Fiesta took off in perfect conditions. These two gentlemen looked a little uncomfortable in the squash to get away, but the piper proved himself a true flying Scotsman. While most animals were happy to remain spectators, pigs, it seems, were after all destined to fly. The sky was soon in danger of becoming overcrowded.
As you can see, there's somebody quite close to us here, and I'm going to have to climb up a little bit to be careful of not going too close to the ground, so I'll do that now.
For 70-year-old Ernest Shackleton, it was a dream come true.
It's just absolutely fabulous. It's like a dream, isn't it? A fairy tale with all the different colours, all the different shapes. And there we are heading away from Bristol, and all these poor souls going to work in the opposite direction.
The views, as always, were wonderful. There's always the chance to see things you wouldn't expect. More flights are planned this evening and on Saturday and Sunday. The forecast is looking good. John Alcock, HTV News.
Well, a beautiful start to the day, but last night thousands of people were down here watching the traditional balloon glow. Tony Arnese was there.
It was a sight that drew thousands from all over the country and overseas. Balloons lit up Ashton Court to music, making the scene spectacular, if not to say very sweet, for probably the world's largest Candyman. Organisers of this year's Fiesta promised it would be the biggest and best yet, and the night glow certainly managed to get the show off the ground in real style. So, despite poor weather earlier in the week threatening to deflate proceedings, on the night conditions were almost perfect. So once again, the choreographed aviation night glow burned its way onto people's memories, an evening most will never forget. And to round off the excitement, this spectacular firework display. Tony Arnese, HTV News, Bristol.
Well, it's not just balloons that will be seen over the skies of Bristol. One stunt pilot's going to be wowing them as well. John Griffin from Frome is one of the most experienced aerobatic pilots in the country. Liz Spate caught up with him before takeoff.
This is John Griffin in his element, flying high and pushing his aerobatic skills to the limit. And his death-defying display never fails to thrill the crowd. But it's taken hundreds of hours of training to master this special flying skill.
Every manoeuvre is practiced 100, 200 times before it's included in a routine. It has an element of risk, and I have to admit that's a bit of adrenaline pusher as well, but no, it's very, very safe.
John has flown at events up and down the country, everything from village fetes to international air shows. He's even performed for Prince Charles. The aircraft is a Russian-built Yak-50.
It's built solely for aerobatics. It's very, very strong, very agile. It's not as agile as the more modern extras or Sukhois, but it has a look of a warbird. And some of the manoeuvres we do aren't expected from this aircraft.
During John's complicated mid-air manoeuvres, the G-force pulls him in every direction. Rolls, spins and stall turns can really take it out of you.
G-forces are very tiring on the body, and my display lasts for 8 to 10 minutes, and that's plenty long enough.
So it's not just the balloons that'll be stunning the crowds at this weekend's Fiesta. Liz Spate, HTV News.
Well, plenty happening here over the last 24 hours, and much more, of course. 6:30 tonight, a mass ascent, and then over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 6:30, and again 6:30 in the evenings. Back to you in the studio.